Hey friends, welcome back in the Kidneys for Kids Driving for Life campaign. It's an amazing and powerful vision to create a nationwide movement and find 100 adults who are willing to donate their kidneys to children in need of a transplant.
And here with us is the man who started this whole project, Brian Martindale. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Thank you both for having me.
Brian, you're putting some miles on that car. We know you're traveling the country, spreading this message, and we really appreciate you spending some time with us.
I appreciate you having me this morning. Thank you.
Now tell us about your experience of being a living kidney donor in 2013. Tell us about that experience.
Well, that happened because of first meeting a friend a couple years before who needed a kidney transplant and seeing what somebody goes through on dialysis and in kidney failure. And then in 2012, after not being able to help him, a story appeared in our newspaper and on our television of a little girl, 10 years old, who needed a kidney transplant. And I happened to walk to a party store at the right time and the right day to see the newspaper with this little girl's picture on it. She was 10 years old, white and very frail looking, and she had needed a kidney transplant, and she was already registered at the University of Michigan, where I'd previously tested for my friend. And I called on the story after reading it. I just felt compelled. I already knew she was a blood match from the story. And I tested 2 weeks later, and we matched as if we were siblings on all of the factors you need to match for a kidney, to be a kidney donor. And we had never met, and we lived 4 blocks apart.
Oh,
wow.
my goodness gracious.
What a story.
That really is.
God bless you and people like you. Turns out that we need more people like you.
We need a lot more
up.
people. There are almost over 2,000 children today who need a kidney transplant in the United States, and almost 10,000 more on dialysis who probably will need a kidney at some point. And then, of course, there are 100,000 total people, adults and children in the United States who need a kidney, and we lose 13 of those people every day.
No, we shouldn't.
Wow.
No.
We shouldn't. And so that's the mission, right? So explain Driving for Life.
Driving for Life is to encourage kidney donation. I travel from city to city. This year it's 22 cities and 10,000 miles.
Wow.
And in each city, I meet usually a family who have a child who needs a kidney transplant. And we get that story on stations like yours. And I talk about being 62 years old now and have donated 12 years ago. And my recipient, Jessica, is now 22 years old. She's in college and doing perfectly well.
That's awesome.
And she also serves on our board of directors.
Oh.
So I use that to motivate people, to tell them, like I say, at 62, I run around like I'm a 30-year-old. I drive this trip across the country alone, and you can live the same life like I do with one kidney, a very fulfilling life.
Folks out there that might be interested, they might want to find out more information. What do they need to do?
Well, they can go to kidneysforkids.org or kidneysforcommunities.org, our partner, and register to be a donor, and we will send them this swab test kit within the first 2 weeks after they register. And this is just like a swab testing for bone marrow.
Okay.
So we can do the initial cross-matching this simply and tell you whether you can donate or not, and from there the adult can proceed with the medical testing, which happens over usually a 2-day period, and then they're given the choice to move ahead and become a donor. And at that point, they've already been medically cleared, and they're ready to donate. And we have many children in front of them right now who need kidney transplants on the kidneysforkids.org and Kidneys for Communities website.
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Wow.
Brian, what would you tell folks watching that want to do this, that have stepped up to the plate, but just maybe just a little bit of fear, apprehension, just kind of holding them back from following through and taking that test?
Well, I think one thing is they think, well, what if a family member or somebody else I knew very close to me would need a kidney in the future? And it's based on faith. I mean, like for me, I have a 40-year-old son, and he's been perfectly healthy. We have no kidney disease history in our family. And so letting people know how safe it is to donate, first of all, there's almost a 0.0 mortality rate as far as donating, and that the long-term effect is you usually have a longer mortality rate living because after donating, you take better care of yourself because you have one kidney.
Okay.
So realizing that, like I say, most of us kidney donors, we live a very long, healthy life, and longer than most people do.
Well, and I love that. It's a two-part testimonial with you. First of all, saving this young girl and seeing her go on to wonderful things and a wonderful life. But also then, like you said, getting behind the wheel of your car and driving across the country. Head to Nashville after you finish your visit here with us.
Yep, I've got 12 more cities to go. I'll finish August 1st and 2nd in New York City.
Tremendous.
And we've got the potential of some network interviews there, including ABC. So we're really hoping for that to happen. But yes, every city is a different story and motivating more people. And so far we've helped 11 children in 18 months.
That's tremendous.
Find kidney donors. But my ultimate goal is 100 kidneys for 100 kids across the United States.
Incredible.
So we can do this.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do this.
Yeah.
These coming annual trips, and these will continue until I hit that goal. And after that, this will just be the rest of my life, the rest of our life, my wife and I, and our board, continuing to find kidney donors for children and educating people how safe it is to donate and how rewarding it is.
That's wonderful. And it all starts with the website down there at the bottom of the screen. And Brian, thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
And we're going to follow this journey all the way to New York City.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.